everybody. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. So, I've been very busy today and I had fun last night. I sat up late making some more intros. Hope you guys like them, including the intro that I played for this intro. Really had fun with that. I just have fun being creative. So, I'm in the process of multitasking. I just put in a load of laundry and I can react for a while and then pause this recording and then put the clothes in the dryer when they're done. But I want to sit down and do another retro react to Chantal. Why? Because her current content sucks. What did she do today? She did a mall vlog, which really wasn't much of a mall vlog. She went to the mall and she got in trouble for filming. She's been chastised before for filming in public places and she just doesn't learn. She thinks that every place is a recording studio. So she went to the mall. There was really nothing much to talk about. She's done a mukbang and then she did a live. And what was she doing in the live? Well, from what I saw of it, she was complaining about the reactors again and threatening legal trouble, although I don't know how. Now, I have heard that Yaba, the YouTube Underground, I guess she was on her stream and saying, yeah, it was nice you being around, Chantal. Hope you enjoyed having your channel. I don't know what Yaba's going to do. I know that she's she's one of those people that when she puts her mind to something, she gets it done. So if something happens to Chantal's channel, even as a reactor, I'm okay with that. I think it's time. I really think it's time. Chantal likes to run around and say she pays all of our bills, although I disagree because especially the smaller channels, we don't make much. So if her channel were to go down, I've got plenty of stuff to do. I can work on my tarot channel. I've got a gaming channel that I haven't touched. I can find other people to react to. So it wouldn't be a big deal if her channel went down. But I think it's about time. I really, really do, because what are we watching with Chantal anymore? Honestly, we're watching somebody who does self-harm content, who broadcasts doing self-harm content. Her channel really isn't a life vlog channel. It's a fetish channel where she's catering to different harmful fetishes. She's catering to a certain kind of audience, and her audience involves people who are interested in watching others hurt themselves. And I'm not interested in seeing that kind of content. That kind of content is against TOS anyway. And the longer that Chantal's on YouTube, the more there's a chance that she's going to do a live and she's going to pass away during a live. And as much as I don't like Chantal, I don't want to see that happen. I don't want to see that in real time. I'm not morbid like that. So if Chantal lost her channel, it might actually save her life, because the longer she's on YouTube, the worse she's going to get. And she's already really, really bad. So whatever's going to happen is what's going to happen. But if Chantal loses her channel, I'm not going to shed a tear. I'm not going to freak out. I'm going to say, well, she brought it on herself. And maybe Chantal forgot about what happened last Christmas. Did you forget already, Chantal? Did you forget? Shall I remind you? I know that your memory is kind of hazy because of all the lies you tell and all the chaos you cause, all the things you do. You can't remember them all. Let me remind you. Wasn't it last December that you got in trouble, that your channel got in trouble, that you got a strike and you were out for a while? That was really expensive, wasn't it? That cost you a lot of money. Yeah, it did. So what's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. So here you are. It's December 1st. This is the highest paying month of the year for YouTubers. And you put it in your head that you're going to do the most. You're going to go after the channels. You're even going to have Natter go after channels for you. You know, you're seeking out help in different places to do your dirty work. And so I ask you, is that wise? Is it wise right now to kick the hornet's nest when you're thinking of making a look I can't talk. When you're looking to make a lot of money, no. I would think the smarter thing to do is be smart about things, but you've never been smart about things. So whatever's going to happen is going to happen. But I think it's time. I really think it's time that your channel was taken away due to the fact that you are using it for harmful purposes. You're hurting yourself and you might be triggering people out there in all kinds of ways. And that shouldn't be allowed on YouTube. You really shouldn't be on the platform. You're misusing it. You're abusing it. And that's how I feel. So how about this, y'all? How about we go over the Twitter stuff and then we go on to a video posted by the channel Hot Wasabi. This was posted 2 months ago called Foodie Beauty's Lie was outed by the barbecue grill at the No Star Hotel. So for those who weren't around at that time, let me give you the backstory. This was during the time that Chantal was sneaking around seeing Natter. And she got outed in different ways. There was one occasion where she was at Natter's place and she got outed. There was a reflection of her in the knob on his oven or something like that. And then there was this. She was sneaking off to go see Natter at I believe it was a motel, not a hotel. Yeah, I believe it was a motel because they had an outside grill. And he was making food outside at the motel. She was filming him, and everybody saw her reflection in the grill knob. She told on herself. That's what I love about Chantal. Rule number 1, Chantal lies. Rule number 2, she always tells on herself. Just give her time. Just back up, give her room. She'll do it. And it happened. And she got mad for getting outed. She told all those lies about, oh, he's so abusive, blah, blah, blah. But then she makes a point to be around him after said allegations. So there's some of the context right there. She was hanging around Natter when she shouldn't have been. And our barbecue grill told on her. It snitched on her. And I love that. So let's get on to the Twitter peeps. And then we can get on to the retro react. So it's time for the Twitter peeps, y'all. Yep, we're going straight to Twitter because Twitter is the place where you want to find all the interesting tidbits about Chantal, the opinions, the feelings, the gossip, all of it. And I am here to, before I do my reacts, keep you guys updated on all the stuff going on Twitter. And I've already got Twitter already pulled up, so we're ready to go. All right. So for those of you that are on Twitter, that you would like to follow me on Twitter, there's my handle, WowGirlSarah. So let's start here with something really cool. Let's start with something nice from antidepressant content saying so cute. The fiercest fight in the world. Look at those precious babies. They're going to take over the world. They're getting ready. I love kitties. Here's another good one from No Cats, No Life. Says copy paste. So you guys want to see a living version of copy paste? Here you go. Perfect synchronicity, kitty style. Yep. Sometimes you're just in tune with others. The grace, the mobility of cats. That is copy paste, y'all. Yeah. That is the coolest thing ever. Aw, mommy and baby. I love cats. Cats are so awesome. Twinsies. Okay, so that's it. Doggone it. I pushed the wrong button. Sorry about that. Okay, let's keep moving. Okay, now, have you guys ever seen a pig get a pillow? Can you imagine what the reaction would be? Dudes posting their W saying, coziest video I've ever seen. So they get this 14-year-old pig a pillow. And even pigs enjoy pillows. They absolutely enjoy them. Look, the pig's like, this is so much better than just laying on the dirt. I am so liking this. I don't care if it's posturepedic. Give me that pillow. Even pigs like pillows. Okay, Lindsay says, oh, look, the Mayo Clinic must not have contacted Chantal for her definition of bingo eating. It doesn't say anything about bingo eating not being one size fits all. It describes Chantal's behavior on YouTube perfectly. Yet Chantal likes to say that she's got the definition for over excessive bingo eating and bingo urges. And yeah, I have to say it that way. I have to say bingo rather than the other word because YouTube being stupid. But that said, what the picture here says is often eating much larger than usual amounts of food in a specific amount of time, such as over a 2-hour period, eating even when you're full or not hungry, eating very fast during eating bingos, eating until you're uncomfortably full. There's all kinds of ways to do bingo eating, Chantal. It isn't one size fits all. Sometimes bingo eating could be having many different things around you and having a little bit of each. That might be considered bingo eating because I've seen you do that. Back at the Canadian Villa, I remember you used to take a lot of edibles and you literally sat there and ate one thing after the next thing after the next thing for hours on end. It was shocking and horrifying and amazing all at the same time. So yeah, you do that bingo eating on camera. Another reason why your camera should go down because you are not only monetizing that, you are publicizing that, and nobody should see that. That's not something the public should see. Okay. All right. Something cute from Post of Cats. So this cat daddy, he loves his babies. And he's like, I'm going to protect my babies when they get in the bath with me. I'm going to put little caps on their ears so the ears don't get full of water. I have never seen cats wear cat caps. But, you know, some cat owners, they just love their cats so much that they treat them like children. And I think, look at the cap. Like little Mickey Mouse ears. Look. See, some cats like water. They do. Some cats love the water. Some cats hate it. Some cats love it. These cats clearly love the water. Awesome. All right. Del Pondu says, this is a video summed up in one image. She already knows that filming other people is no bueno. She's just so selfish and ignorant that she doesn't care. So during the mall vlog, she posted this. This is a screenshot from her video saying there was a security guard behind me on the escalator who kept saying salam or salam alaikum. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing the word. I apologize. To get my attention to tell me to not film. So that's why my footage in the mall ends here. Yeah, Chantal likes to push the limits. She will do something until she's told not to do something. She won't do her due diligence in other countries and study up on the laws and regulations and what's okay and what's not okay. She'll just do it and then she'll stop doing it when somebody gets onto her. And that was the case in Thailand. When she went to Thailand and she went to 7-Eleven and filming, they told her she couldn't film there either. And you would think she would pick up on the social cues, but she doesn't. She's just all about, I'm going to film until you tell me not to. She's rude like that. She's the kind of tourist that every country hopes never travels to their country because she has no respect for the culture, the people, the customs, the beliefs, nothing. She makes it all about her. You're the nightmare tourist, Chantal. Okay, now this is awesome. Y'all lean in and listen to this. I thought this was so heartwarming. This is from Why You Should Have a Cat. Protect this woman at all costs. Okay, so here's the story. This woman, she feeds many different cats, I guess stray cats. And it's where she's at. It's dead of winter. It is cold. And there's a problem with the water freezing. Even when you put it out, it could freeze up in a matter of minutes. And that's always a problem because cats need water just like people. So the water kept freezing. And this wonderful woman, she decided to do something about it. She built an entire shelter for the cats to get into when it got cold. But she also built a system to where the water would stay running and warm for them. Y'all
to drink.
Oh, no. No, we're not going to play the audio. Would freeze shortly after. Nighttime drinking water became a significant challenge for the cats. Determined to help, the girl decided to build a heated shelter that could turn cold flowing water into warm drinking water. She worked tirelessly from day into night, but the project still wasn't finished. The bitterly cold evening made her worry about the strays. So she went to check on each of their little shelters and cooked a warm plate of meat for each of them. Aw, bless you. Bless you, lady. You're awesome. During her rounds, she noticed that the water bowls she had prepared were once again frozen solid. Urgently, she returned to her project, worked quickly to complete the heated shelter. By the time it was finished, it was already the early hours of the morning. The moment the cats heard the sound of flowing water, they eagerly came over to drink. The next morning, the girl returned to check on them and saw many cats happily gathered around, drinking from the heated water source. The scene was heartwarming, a testament to her compassion and dedication. You know what? I agree with this person's sentiment. Protect this woman at all costs. Protect her. She's a jewel. We need more people like her around. So, I bless her soul for being so thoughtful. All right, this has to do with Amber Lynn Reed. So look what Amber's doing. Look what she's doing. Look who she's catering to. Oh, I guess you're deciding to do what Chantal does now, Amber. Even though your channel is twice the size of Chantal's, and I'm sure you're making more money, you're doing all of this. It's bad enough that you're with Emily, and we know what she's into. I guess she's kind of putting you up to this. Is that what's going on? As if we need more of this crap on YouTube. Y'all need to take it somewhere else. Seriously. There's all kinds of forums and websites and whatnot. You guys can do this stuff in private and make money if you want to. You don't have to do it on a public forum that's accessible to all ages. Take this fetish stuff where it needs to be. Someplace private. Foop Olympic says, yeah, Amberlyn, tell us more about your interview on the cruelty of fat phobia while you troll for some Foodie views. Yeah, she did that. She did a interview for NBC about fat phobia. But wait till NBC gets a hold of Girl World. Oh, they're going to find out a much different story on this one. It's going to blow up. I hope you understand what door you've opened, Amber. That's Pandora's box, girlfriend. But remember, you opened it. Ron says she ate his last ice cream. Listen to Salah trying to assert some dominance, and she is beyond annoying with the baby voice. Ugh, this clip is so cringeworthy, but let's watch.
You sneaky, you ate my ice cream. Tomorrow, treadmill, 20 minutes. I'll count them every second, okay?
This is such bullcrap. This is such an act. He doesn't really sound angry to me. And how can he get mad about her eating his ice cream when she's the one who bought it in the first place? But notice the shift in personality here. Let me blow this up. Watch her body language. When he walks up and he starts talking all stern and stuff, she instantly turns into a child. Her expressions, like her voice, her responses. And Chantal, I do these retro reacts on purpose because I want people to see this little adult baby act thing you've got going on. That was not always you. It just simply showed up in a creepy way when you got with Salah. I don't know where it came from. I don't know why it's here. I don't know who you're catering to, but it's gross. And it looks ridiculous. But y'all watch the shift in her when she starts responding to him.
You sneaky, you ate my ice cream.
Yep. She's like, oh, I'm in trouble. I've got to appear like a child so he won't get too mad.
Tomorrow, treadmill, 20 minutes. I'll count them every second, okay? I'm telling you. No joke.
All those childlike, This is an act. This is such an act. Because what happened yesterday? Do y'all remember what happened yesterday or the day before? She was being a total biatch to him, telling him, you need to come over here and help me put this cone on, dada. I mean, she was arrogant. So where's all that arrogance now? Where's the arrogance now, Chantal? Shouldn't you be telling him to stuff it since you bought the ice cream? Where's the arrogance? This is an act for somebody. I feel like you're putting on an act for somebody. That he's acting like a father figure and you're acting like a child that's getting in trouble. Do you have a client with an adult baby fetish? I think you do. You must. You must be catering to somebody or a few people to act this way because this is a new thing. And it's weird and it's creepy and you should stop.
Okay, crazy frog. And then.
So that was the clip. And thank you very much, Ron, for posting it. Nellie says, quote, I turned it off and that was that. I don't want to cause problems, end quote. Remember in Thailand when you tried recording in the Bath and Body Works and you got mad when asked not to? Walked right out of the store and refused to shop there because of it. Yeah, you did that. You got mad because they would not allow you to use their store as your recording studio and pan your camera all around at other customers who might be trying to shop. And you didn't just simply take it gracefully and go, I'm sorry, I'll shop without my camera on and get some stuff and go. No, you just pulled a major attitude. But let's watch the clip.
The security guard was trying to get my attention for a while and they were talking very low, so he walked in front of me and said, pointed out my GoPro and said, this problem, and I said, sorry, and I turned it off and that was that. I don't want to cause problems, if I'm told.
You don't care if you do cause problems. You know what, Chantal? I think you go to other countries and you count on the fact that you're a tourist as a way to beg your way out of trouble. Like you honestly think that'll give you carte blanche to do what you want. That if you go to a country and you film people you're not supposed to, or you do things you're not supposed to, you can just say, I'm a tourist. I didn't know any better. And that will excuse every wrongdoing that you do. Sometimes you might get away with that, using that excuse. Sometimes you won't. I guess it all depends on the offense and how many times you commit it. But you don't have complete carte blanche. Okay, you just don't have it. You don't have it. And you should stop falling back on that as a reason and a way to do more wrong. You know you shouldn't film in public. You know what upsets people. You know there are laws and regulations. Pay attention to them and be more respectful of Kuwait or whatever country you might go into. And see what else we got here. Kelly says, I've noticed that ever since Foodie's friend's boyfriend got caught cheating, she's been raging and mad, even with Salah at times. Could it be something is up with the happy newlyweds? I mean, he was outside at 2 a.m. the other night. I don't know. I don't know. Chantal, I did a private reading on you last night. away from YouTube, because I just want to see where you were. I want to see you where you were. And I would like to tell you what I found out, what the cards told me. That you basically worship at the altar of money. Big time. And that is your concern, is money, 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 money. And your fake significant other, he doesn't do much. Signified by the Emperor card. And the Emperor card, it looked like the Emperor wasn't doing very much. He was just like a lump on a log. So you worship at the altar of money, and the Emperor is just sitting beside you, like not doing much, not contributing much, while you do all the work. But your heart is in another place and with another person. Yes, it is. And I think your time in Kuwait is coming to a close. I did see it. That you, at some point very soon, you're going to be taking inventory of like everything around you, because you have built a system that no longer works. And it's too much for you. There's too much pressure on you. Like money going in many different directions. And you're not making that much anymore. And because you're not, you have to do more work for money to keep going out, going out, going out. So you're going to be taking inventory really soon and cutting some people loose. But Natter will not be one of them. You got a trip planned back home. You're going to be going back home and partying it up. You're going to be partying your face off. But you still got your thoughts on Natter. And by the way, Chantal, just letting you know, whatever it is you're hoping to happen revolving around Natter, the Tower card showed up. It's doomed to fail. Understand that. And you know that too. That's the thing. Like you've been thinking, you've been missing home. You're full of nostalgia and the way things were, and you want to be home where you can be yourself, because being in Kuwait is very confining. But you're missing Natter. You're missing just your freedom. You're missing your freedom. So you've got something playing with Natter, and you're going to leave Salah in the loop. Like he's going to be one of those useless pieces of wood that you cut loose and you put in the fireplace. And once you figure out what's worth paying for and what's not worth paying for, and you get rid of the dead wood, so to speak, you're going to feel a sense of freedom, and you can breathe again, and there's not as much pressure on you, and it's going to make you happier. But right now, you're doing too much. You're paying for too much. There's money going in too many different directions. You're paying this person. You're paying that person. You're paying this person over here to do dirty work for you. And you're going to realize there's no point in it. That in order to feel better, you got to cut down your workload. So you're going to cut some people loose. And those people are not going to be happy about being off payroll. There might be some mutiny, but it's what you're going to do. And that's what would make you happy. I'm just letting you know. You're welcome. So, moving on. Fondue Pondu says, Foodie Beauty, current time in Kuwait, 6:06 a.m. No, she's not in the passion-filled arms of her husband. She's replying to bullying comments on her community tab. Married life is thriving for her. Yeah, why are you up at like 6 a.m. replying to comments, Chantal? You should be in bed with your man if he's there, but he's not. Florida Salt and Sass is honestly asking, does getting an IDL or Kuwaiti driver's license require a vision exam? Her eyesight is crap, and she's constantly squinting. Also, there's her buggy eye that can't be okay. Yeah, she shouldn't be driving at all, period. I don't care if it's 2 blocks away from her house, going to a Hardee's. A lot of things can happen within 2 blocks. I mean, you just never know. There might be some crazy people out there on the road, and you're just turning a corner and bam, you get T-boned. So I don't think she should be driving, period. Okie Doll says, I think the fight was about her eating. So she got the license so she could go out and eat whatever she wants. I also think this will be an eye-opening to her, as she's going to be all alone when she's being gawked. Yeah, the only reason why she got the license was to go get food whenever she wanted, which means that her health is going to get even worse that much faster. Kristen says at Dell on her too. You're famous, girl. Yeah. Foodie's on Twitter and she's posting people's tweets, yet she swears she's not on Twitter. But thank you for telling on yourself, Foodie. All right, so that's it for the Twitter stuff. For the Twitter peeps. Oh, what did I go and do that for? Okay, so let's go on to the Retro React, courtesy of Hot Wasabi. Y'all give me just a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, let's get started with this Retro React, courtesy of Hot Wasabi. And I will leave a link for the original video down in the description. You can check out all of Hot Wasabi's content, the present content, the past content, and much thanks to channels like Hot Wasabi for being out there and bringing back all the stuff that's from Chantal's past that she doesn't want anybody to know, especially the new beaters that don't know. And Chantal, I know those retro reacts. I know they make you mad. And that's exactly why I do them. So anyway, let's get through this, okay? Let's do this thing. Shall we? We shall.
On the exercise ball day. Why do I look like someone's Aunt Martha? Cheers! Anyway, I need my thing. Oh, Lord. Let's see if I can reach it through all this garbage. I got it! Yes! Hi. Shut up. Highway side barbecue.
You know, back in the Canadian Villa days, no space was free of garbage around Chantal. I mean, if it was a space in which Chantal dwelled more than 5 minutes, it was probably filled with garbage. Her Kia was filled with garbage. Her villa was filled with garbage. When she went over to the crack house, if it weren't for the fact that Natter kept the place clean, she would have filled that full of garbage. When Chantal stayed in hotel rooms, they got trashed. She loves to live in trash. I don't know why, but she does. It's just a thing that she likes to do. But here she is cleaning up all the trash in her Kia.
Ew! Look at the ranch. No thanks. All right, so I got some chicken strips and snow ranch. So, I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed that people actually thought I was serious. Like, you think I'm that crazy. You do. Just admit it. Bougie hotels. Exactly. I only book bougie. Wow. I'm sick of this whole situation. I'm sick of Natter. I'm sick of everybody. I'm sick of hearing the name. Anyways, I got a letter, which I can post if you really want me to, saying that my case against the individual has been not accepted, so thrown out. So, like I said, I have the paper at home. When I go live, I will shove it in your face.
So what paper is she talking about? The paper in which she's referring to was allegedly, it was a paper from the police about her case. Allegedly, she filed a case against Natter. When she got mad at him and she went to the cops due to Natter posting on YouTube that he was going to go to the police and file a restraining order against Chantal. I don't know why he would post that on YouTube, knowing that her beezers are watching his channel and will report back to her, but he did. He posted that on his channel, so he fired a warning shot at Chantal. At that time, Natter had Dee Dee over at the crack house for quite a while. We're talking months. And the longer that Dee Dee stayed with him, the madder she got. So during this time period, when Natters posted the video saying that he was going to file a restraining order to keep her away from him because, yeah, she was stalking him. She wouldn't leave him alone. She got mad. And the Beezers were putting the battery in her back and urging her to do something. So while she was live, she made a point to go to the police and allegedly file a case. Although all that we saw, all that we witnessed was her driving to the police station, parking her car, getting out, disappearing for about 35, 45 minutes, and then coming back. We didn't actually witness her talking to a police officer or detective or anybody. She just disappeared for a while and then came back. And then she got in her car and came home and acted like she went to the cops. But the motivation for her going to the cops, it wasn't about seeking justice for true wrongs that had been done to her. This was about, I'm going to win the game. I'm punishing you for making me angry. I'm punishing you for having a woman at your house, and that woman is not me. I'm punishing you for barring the way for me coming into your life. It was always a game to her, and her using the legal system to exact revenge. It wasn't about justice, y'all. It was about revenge. So the letter has to do with the alleged case. Allegedly, she had a letter. Although, when she finally showed the letter, it was very sus. A lot of things did not make sense. The letter did not look official. It looked printed out. There were certain parts that were cut out. It looked cheap. And a lot of people pointed out the inconsistencies of this letter. So that's what she's referring to a letter that supposedly talks about her case. Although I'm sure the letter was as fake as her allegations against Natter, because we all know who the predator is in this situation, and it's not him.
You can see, just because you file charges or whatever doesn't mean you're automatically guaranteed a trial, but I didn't want it. I'm not going to say much else. No, like I'm not saying anything about that. I don't know how forgiving or not wanting to talk about details about what happened or whatever means I'm lying. You guys can think I'm lying or lied or whatever all you want.
You know what? I have said many times on my channel, Chantal and Natter, they never let go of each other. They've always been in cahoots. She's always kept the pipeline of communication open with Natter. Always. Chantal, I've been calling you out on that for the longest. And you know I'm right. You know I'm not lying. Now, some people have come forward and said, that can't be the case because Natter is a big mouth. And if he's a big mouth, why wouldn't he tell on Chantal? Wouldn't he come forward and tell on her? If they were talking, wouldn't he expose text messages and phone calls on Natter if that were actually going on? No, he wouldn't. And I'll tell you why. And the reason is simple. Money. His channel is not doing so good these days. He's not earning anything on his channel due to the fact that nobody watches him. His viewership sucks. And why does it suck? 2 reasons. Because the only interest that people had in Natter was when he was closely linked to Chantal. He was part of the Chantal story in a major way for about a year. And then after she went off and started doing stuff with Salah, he was pushed to the background. So that's reason number 1. Reason number 2, because he was so stupid that when she was using him, using his dirty hands to do her dirty work, going after other channels, filing policy complaints, because of that, nobody wanted to talk about him and nobody wanted to react to him. She did not tell Natter, even bad press is good press, just let it happen. She purposely used him to do her dirty work, knowing the end consequences of that, because she wanted those consequences. She wanted to put him in a position where his channel was not making money, and therefore he would have to come to her for money and get supported. That's the way she wanted it, and that's how she got it. So now he depends on her for money. And Natter's not stupid. If he can get milk out of the cow and the cow not even be in a pasture nearby, he's going to go for it. If can get his groceries paid for, his rent paid for, his bills paid for, and she's not even in the same country, he doesn't have to deal with her physically. Oh, he's all about that life. Think about it, y'all. You can get your rent paid for free, your bills paid for free, free groceries, and all you got to do is be quiet about the person doing it. Wouldn't you? If you were that kind of person? Yeah, I think so. So that's what he's doing. He's staying quiet. It benefits him. And he's even going after channels that are reacting to Chantal's content. Why does he care? Why does he care about people reacting to Chantal? I thought they hate each other, right? Apparently not. Why is he defending her? Why is he like going after people reacting to somebody that he allegedly hates? Unless he doesn't hate her. Unless he's talking to her and she's got a bug up her butt about the reaction channels, yet she doesn't want to risk her channel by going after them herself. Using other people to do her dirty work. And isn't it funny? Here we are with Salah. She's doing the same setup with Salah. She ruined his gaming channel on purpose so that he wouldn't have another source of income and he would be easier to financially control. The couples channel that she gave him, that's also been ruined. No one's going to react to that stuff now. Purposely keeping him financially weak and dependent on her so that she can call the shots. So Chantal's stupid in some ways, but she's devious in others. Always looking for sneaky, slimy ways to control people. And the people that she controls, they don't think 10 steps ahead to realize what she's doing. They don't realize it till it's over and it's done and it's too late. But yeah. Yeah. Talking about Natter. He's a horrible person, da-da-da, but you're still talking to him and you're still buying him groceries to this day. You're still in cahoots with him. You're still thinking about him, Chantal. I know you are. You're still in high communication with him. Because Salah was just the one that you settled for. But your heart has always been on Natter. Because he's the one that got away and you could not control it. And that really bugs you.
I don't care. So that's what happened. Why am I sad? So it's A and B. There's no C, even though you don't know the situation. Okay. C would be that we both did fucked up shit in this past year to each other, and we're moving on and not talking about it live anymore like I shouldn't have done in the first place anyways. And that's it. We're not together, so that's not a lie. I'm not back together. We're not seeing each other. We're not together. There's nothing like that. No. I'm honestly tired of holding shit and what I can say, what I can't say, all this other Don't you dare. When did I cry for any sympathy? When? No. That's not what happens. What happens is I come on my channel and I tell you shit that happens to me. You have to be here, right? If she's sniping, I'm going to snipe back and I'm going to strike her. I'm that up. Why are you here? I'm going to be blocking people.
I know this is not really an important point, but it kind of bugs me when she uses the wrong terms about things. She keeps calling what people do sniping. It's not sniping, Chantal. It is re-streaming. Sniping has to do with the gaming world and gaming streams, and you're not a gamer. So when people go live at the same time that you're live, it is called re-streaming. I just thought I'd let you and everybody else know about that. You're welcome.
You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. If you don't like it, you don't have to be here. I don't owe you all. Bye, L. See you later, you miserable edgelord piece. I beg and plead for what?
Another thing I'd like to point out. During this time period, there was no open chat. If you were a gray name, you couldn't talk to Chantal. You could not converse with her unless you bought a membership. It was VIB chat only. So if you're hearing her be rude, understand that she's being rude to paying members. She was snotty with paying members. And she even went so far as to play a little shell game where if you are a paying member, to try to get more money out of people in a really slimy way, she will purposely block people who paid the $5 to force them to make another account and pay another membership so she can get $10 out of that person versus 5. Yeah, that's how horrible she is. Trying to scam money out of people. She did that a lot.
Did I plead with? No, because I'm not with him. And I don't owe you all. I don't owe you an explanation of where I've been. It can legally be wherever the I want to be. I don't owe you. If you don't like me for whatever reason, then don't be here.
This is the natitude. If you guys ever hear me talk about natitude, this is a great example right here. Natitude. This is the attitude that she would have after spending time with Natter. And this usually happened after the two of them spent the night together or a weekend or a week together, and they've been partying on party favors, especially the powder variety, that goes up your nose. When you're doing the powder like that, it makes you feel energetic. It makes you feel happy, like you're up. But the crash is horrible. The next day, you're irritable, you're angry, you're mean. She's mean anyway. But that would just turn it up to 100. So this is the natitude. This is the morning after, sunglasses on because I don't want you guys to see my eyes, natitude.
Goodbye, Sarah Kate. You're another weird, obsessed weirdo. Who says I'm filming and editing? You have proof of that? None of your business. Who else wants to be? Rue, goodbye. Well, if I'm manipulative, why are you here? Why are you here still? If I'm a piece of shit, go hang out with good people then, like FFG, starting the blocking spree. Goodbye.
That were part of her VIB chat. I don't think they understood that they were in an abusive relationship with Foodie. It is possible to be in an abusive relationship with somebody and not be there physically in the flesh. Because what is an abusive relationship, y'all? What are the components? Whoever the abuser is, they select their target, right? They select the target. And then the next course of action is they isolate the target. In this case, Chantal has her channel, and the people that were in the hug box, her beezers, they were in essence isolated away from everybody else. They were encouraged to stay on her channel and not go elsewhere. And if they were caught being elsewhere, there would be consequences, which would lead to phase 3. People that are abusive, they use intimidation, bullying, harassment, embarrassment, all of that to control the target. So Chantal was abusive to many different people all at the same time. Like she would draw people to her, attract them to herself, make them part of her hug box, and then use her anger and her outburst and, do you want to be next? You want to be blocked? And people being afraid of, if she got too mad, that they would end up on her community post or her talking about them in a video or in a live stream and just do the public humiliation thing. It is a sort of control. Abuse is bad. It's as bad as physical abuse. Verbal abuse, words can hurt the soul and they can hurt the mind. And she has said that she's verbally abusive. And during this time, she was being extremely abusive to so many people. And they stuck around for more. And see, that's the thing about abusers, is that they have a cycle where they will be abusive, and they'll become more and more abusive and keep pushing the line back further and further and further until there is no line. But they're always testing the boundaries of whoever the target is, how much they'll put up with, how much they will put up with. And if they sense the target is about at their limit, where they're ready to walk away, that's when they come forward and do the love bombing. Oh, I'm sorry. It won't happen again. I love you. I care about you guys so much. And she did that on her channel so many times, I can't even begin to count. She would be abusive like this to her beezers and then turn around on camera with a soft voice. I'm so sorry, guys. I didn't mean it. I'm such a jerk. She would purposely come on with no makeup on, looking all pathetic, apologetic, act like she cares about people. What do you guys think about this? It's another form of control. You know, putting a little ointment on the wound when it gets too large. And then when it starts to heal up, open it right back up again. It's a sick game, but it's one she played on a very high level with a lot of people involved. She didn't just isolate one person. She had a whole room full of people she was doing that to. And the more they put up with, the more they stuck around, the more it made her cocky and arrogant to go further and do more and become meaner. And so she did. And you guys are looking at it right now.
I don't give a what you saw. You saw me for sure. No. It's not about getting caught. It's about you in here acting like I owe you some. Giving me liar for what? So go away from a liar, then. Go away. Go hang out somewhere else. I mean, I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm not with a man. I'm just coming on here to tell you. I told you I would tell you when there's more development in whatever happens, and that's it. You do owe something to your audience. No, my personal life, I don't owe you that. I owe you to come on.
She gaslights people. She invites people into her personal private business. She makes that out of YouTube content. She makes the videos. She does the lives. She draws everybody in. She invites them in. And then once they're in, and if they have feelings or comments or opinions about the things that she decides to put on YouTube, if it goes against anything that happens the next day, because her viewpoint might have changed, her mood might have changed, and people get confused, and they're like, wait a minute, you said this yesterday. You shouldn't get mad at me and hold me accountable. Who do you think you are? You can leave if you want to. It's a seesaw that never stopped. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It drove people insane. She loved the chaos. She still loves the chaos. The flipping back and forth, being controversial, being dramatic. The high drama. She was all about it then. It just made everybody dizzy. We all needed neck braces for the whiplash. You know, drawing her audience in, needing her hug box when he made her angry or when she felt sad or she was upset. But the moment that she didn't need anybody, she would disappear. She would go spend time with Natter and come back. And then when people are talking bad about Natter, she would stomp on them. When the day before she had been stomping on Natter. It was a mad system.
Here and hang out with you. What I do, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you anything. I don't need to tell you where I was. Really? I have to report to you every time I do something? God, I'm tired of everybody. I thought it was hilarious that Natter was pretending to have friends. I don't know what to say. I feel like she has no content. She literally has to snipe Chantal and just
And
watch
another
her.
thing.
I know.
Since you brought up the whole sniping, restreaming thing, something you guys should know about Crackhead Olympics. It wasn't like it is now. It really, really wasn't. It wasn't like it is now. During these days, like those days, Chantal, you see the way she's behaving, right? Like how mad she is. Every other stream, Chantal would dirty delete. Like if you wanted to be polite and wait your turn and wait for her to finish up the stream so that you could do a react like I do right now. Sometimes when she's like raging like this, you had no choice just because of her dirty deleting all the time. It's either restream or record while she's doing it, or you're probably not going to get a react in unless there's an archive channel or a clip channel that captures it when it's happening, and then they post it a day later. Then maybe you might be able to react to it. And sometimes not all the portions would be there. So she kind of forced our hand. That if she was ragey, if she was mad, if she was really on a tear, you had to capture her in the moment, because if you didn't do it right then and there, it's going to be gone like an hour later or as soon as she's done. She she forced a lot of us to just not wait our turn. Not wait until she's done getting her lunch tray and sitting down at the table. I mean, we had to be right there, man. Right there. So all the complaining and griping about sniping, Chantal, you've conditioned the reactors to jump on things as soon as they happen, just because we know how you are with that delete button. Ooh, you like to use it. Yes, you do.
Her fucking ass back. I'm not joking. And I'm not even going to watch her. I'm just going to put my camera on her channel, walk away. And we can all hear her go. Okay. You mean I keep them relevant? Who's going to talk about them? Who's going to care about them? Are you kidding?
Do it.
I need to go home.
Do
And then
it.
snipe if you want when I get there. Like, say I go-
Do it. Oh, she wouldn't dare. She wouldn't dare. She tried to react to FFG once. That went over like a lead balloon. She's not good as a reactor. She's not quick-witted enough. She doesn't have anything intelligent to say. She doesn't study any of us well enough to be a good reactor and bring up great opposive, is that a word? Opposing, there we go. Opposing talking points. All she knows how to do is make insults. Oh, you big meanie head. You know, it takes a bit of intelligence to do reacting, to have the talking points. You know, you got to know the lore. You got to maybe know a little bit of backstory, know what you're talking about, know who you're talking about. And she doesn't care that much. So go ahead and snipe FFG or Yaba or anybody. I guarantee you, Chantal, we will read you to filth under the floorboards. Especially those of us that have been around a while, that know a lot of the lore, if not all of it. There are filing cabinets in here of information on you. I wish I could take that storage space back. I know things about you I wish I didn't know because of all the things you exposed me to, but you're not a good reactor. You could make that into content. That would be interesting. We would welcome it, but you know what you're good for, and it's not much.
You got the letter today? No, I said I got the letter. I should sell the letter to the reaction channels. Here you go. You want to show my letter? How much are you willing to give me for it? More entertaining. Are you kidding? Anybody talking shit about me is going to be entertaining. Anybody. Most reaction channels. Guys, you paying my bills? Good. Why do I look like a fucking ant? Choices are beyond what most of us can understand. I don't understand. Shimpy, like what? Like what choices? Eating junk? Nobody does that. Getting in a toxic relationship and having trouble leaving it? Nobody does that. Changing my mind about wanting to keep my life private when it's freaking toxic? Nobody does that. I don't understand. Can you tell me what you mean? Because I'd like to know. I'm a pick me. I would say that you probably follow the masses more than I do. That's just a hunch.
You know, and this video was posted 2 months ago, but this was more than 2 months ago, this footage. And here we are. It's, 2024, about to be 25. And Chantal, to this day, she's doing the exact same thing in the exact same way. She doesn't keep anything about her private life private. Every time she gets a pain in her body, every time her back hurts, every time her legs hurt, every time her tummy hurts, every time she sits down to eat a meal, every time that Salah annoys her or the cat annoys her, we hear about it. She keeps nothing to herself. So she's a lol-cow for a reason. And the earmark of any lol-cow is that they overshare. So she overshared then, and she overshares now. So has she changed for the better? Has she evolved or learned anything or become smarter or wiser or better in any way? I say no. She might have changed her clothes, but she did not change what's underneath the clothes.
So yeah, I just wanted to say that. I don't know who else I'm gonna block because people are annoying. I really just got to the point where I know people. There was gonna be trolls, there was gonna be haters, but it's like rude people like that in your house. Would you let stupid people like that in your house? No. I prefer to hang out with people who fucking like me. How about that? Even if there's only a few.
And you know what? What you're looking at right here, this is who she really is. This person right here, this is who she is. This is who she's always been. This is who she wants to be again. Chantal, you want to come back to Canada. And you want to get in the Kia and be able to go where you want to go and do what you want to do. And you don't want Salah on your back, being a burden, paying for him to do nothing. You want to cut him loose. Because he's bringing your channel down. I mean, you're doing a fine job all by yourself, but he's not exactly an asset. You want this life back. You want to be back in Canada with your freedom, because in Canada, you knew where you were. You knew what places to go to. You want to be closer to Nader. You don't like being in Kuwait. I don't care what you say. You hate it. You're miserable. And yet you keep choking on your pride. Oh, girl, that pride is a pill in your throat that you can't swallow. It's just too big. It's too bitter. You can't swallow your pride and just get it done. If you swallowed your pride, you might be able to come back to Canada and start over. But you're determined to hang on to your pride, to hang on to your vanity. Save face in front of girl world. That's the most important thing to you, is how you look to people on the internet versus what's good for you personally. Well, do what you want to do. Prove to us yet again how stupid you are, hanging on to the wrong things versus doing the right things.
I don't care. Do you not get it? I don't care yet. God, how long is it going to take? I'm honestly so sick of everything. Everybody, everything. Everyone's annoying. Everything is annoying. Where you been? We're seeing your car here. We see you in the reflection of the fucking barbecue scratcher. We see you here. We see you there. Oh my God. It's freaking annoying as shit. Get up.
Yeah, she was annoyed. She tried to be sneaky and see Nader and film Nader and not get caught. And what do you know, Chantal? See, this is why being a liar doesn't work for you, because the more lies you tell, the more chances of you getting caught in the lie. And who caught you and what caught you this time? A barbecue grill knob. An inanimate object snitched you out. We saw the reflection. It popped up on the Kiwi Farms. It popped up on Twitter. You got busted by a barbecue grill knob.
Get out of here. Leaves me a novel in my friggin' community post. Like, literally right telling me off. Number one, right telling me off and me all these. For what? Did I do something? Right? What did I do? I'd like to know. I literally told you people I'm going out and I will be back and I'm not telling you what I'm doing. So I'm lying to you? How? God. It's at the point where I'm just like, okay, fine. I'm a big liar, so if you don't like liars, then leave then. And get rid of all the people who just think I'm a liar anyways. And that is exactly why I did that thing where I said, okay, I'm marrying Nader, so whoever has been with it, if you want to get blocked. I came on here, yeah, like at times where I was going through some shit. I appreciate the support from people willing to lend an ear. But
do you guys see how insane this is? She's a lying liar who lies, who will never say, I'm wrong. She will never admit when she's wrong, even though when she knows she's wrong and we know she's wrong and we got her dead to rights. Even when she's been busted and there's no way out. Like there's proof that she lied. She will defend that lie to the death. And she will deflect. And she will defend the fact that she's a liar. She will defend being a liar. And her defense is, if you don't like me being a liar, you can leave, rather than admit that she's wrong. There's something wrong with this woman. I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being mean. I think maybe there might be some mental issues at play here. I don't know what they are. I don't know what they entail. She needs professional help. Like there's some stuff wrapped up in her head that it's all messed up. And this was back when Chantal was talking a little bit of sense. And you think about the way she is now. But like there's different issues going on here. A lying liar who lies, who gets caught lying, knows that they've been caught, won't apologize, won't say they're sorry. They'll just continue to defend the lies. And their defense and their shield is, yeah, I lied, so what? If you don't like the fact that I'm an awful person and I lied to you and I gaslit you, you can leave, because I'm not going to change and I'm not going to admit when I'm wrong. That's pretty much her point of view.
That doesn't mean I'm inviting you into my whole life to tell me what to do, who to fuck, who to see, who to have dinner with, and who to stay with. No, that's not it. That's not it. You're not going to tell me what to do. I guess I'm frustrated because I don't understand how people don't see why they get blocked for that shit over and over again. Oh, you're making fun of SA or DV or whatever.
And you do. You did. And you still do, because you claim to be a victim when you're not. And I'm calling you out as I'm a real victim who's now a survivor. I am calling you all the way out, Chantal, because you've always been a fake and a fraud. You understand? You've always been a fake and a fraud who simply use the topics of SA and DV to get sympathy for yourself, one, and make money on YouTube, two. You're a victim for pay, but you're not a real victim. You came on YouTube telling stories, but not from stories relating to actual experiences. You try to appeal relatable to your audience, and you're purposely triggering people all over YouTube to get those hate super chats and get super chats from your VIBs, and you made thousands of dollars. You milked those topics for all they were worth, and those are two things that should never be used to make money, but you did. You did multiple times. And what you do on YouTube, since you're not a real victim, and the way that you're doing it, you're mocking those who have actually been through those things. And there's a special place in hell for people like you. And when your time comes, you're going to know what that place is.
What? Like, what? Really? I'm sitting here going, DV victims is so funny. Really? And stay the out my chat. And pretty soon.
You know what? Since she brought up FFG, and I just want everybody to know this. It's not my story to tell. FFG, and she shared this on her channel like long ago. She is a survivor herself. She went through a very severe, violent DV situation. The person responsible was put in jail. She's a survivor. She's strong. But Frenchie is a survivor. And Chantal has mocked FFG and the situation that happened to her. She did a Halloween video where she had her hair in a ponytail and blood running down her forehead, mocking what happened to FFG. And that is something that a real victim would never do. Mock a violent situation that happened to an actual victim. So yeah, you're a fake and you're a fraud and you're disgusting, Chantal.
Soon you're not going to have anything to cackle about because I'm never, ever talking about him on my channel again. You're never going to see him on my channel again, ever. So that's it. Case is done. He's free to live his life. I'm free to live my life. Period. I want to glow up. Obviously not doing that right now. Not even just glow up.
You never glowed up. You grew out, though.
I don't even mean lose weight. I don't even mean physically anymore. You know what? I want to look like Aunt Janet. I am changing my fucking name legally to Aunt Janet. I want to be Aunt Janet, okay? And if you don't like Aunt Janet, then leave my chat. I'm going home to bees. For me, a glow up would just be getting to a point where everything just doesn't affect me. Like, literally. I don't even know if that's possible. Is that even possible?
You know what's sad, Chantal, is that during this time period, even though there was chaos everywhere you looked, your life was chaos. It was bananas. I think if you were looking for some sort of a glow up or restart, you had more of a chance in Canada than you ever did in Kuwait. Like, there was more life in you during this time period. You don't have any vitality now. You've lost your spark. Like, everything about you, your energy screams, I give up. I quit. You're not interested in life. You're interested in waiting for death. I hate to say it like that, but that's the energy that you possess. Like you're waiting for something to happen. I don't know what. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's like you're waiting for something morbid to happen. You're not interested in being part of life or going out and doing things and talking to people. You're interested in hurting yourself and dealing with the consequences of hurting yourself, but you're not interested in stopping the hurt when you know that you can. You're just not that invested. And there's something weird in you, Chantal, something really weird, where you're just so into this defeatist, I give up mindset that you want to find someone to just take care of you and take care of the responsibilities. And here, I'll make the money and you deal with the landlord and you deal with this and you deal with that. And I'll just sit in a room and eat myself stupid and gain more weight. And then when I become bedbound, you'll wait on me. I don't know. Like you just got this toxic master plan in your mind about how you want things to go. You think that being bedbound is a picnic, that there will be people waiting hand and foot on you, but you're not thinking about the framework of that plan. Like what people do you think are going to wait on you? What people do you think are going to give you medical care if you're bedbound? Because you're going to need certified nurses and you're going to need more than one. If you're close to 600 pounds, which you are, don't lie, it takes more than one person to move a super morbidly obese person around in bed for bathing, for dressing, helping them stand up, helping them get into a wheelchair, go into the toilet. It's going to take more than one nurse, a certified nurse that can look for bed sores, that can look for skin lesions, skin infections, skin breakage, be able to check everything and make sure that nothing goes septic or gets infected. And Salah cannot and will not do all of that. That is entirely too much. He doesn't know what he's doing. So if you're thinking you'll just get bedbound and he'll be there to take care of you, he won't. And neither will his family, and neither will his friends. And if the plan is to get bedbound and you think Kuwait can't kick you out, think again. If they can't fly you home, they will literally put you on a boat and say, good luck, because they have no obligation to you. You're a tourist. You're not even a citizen of that country. When it's time to go, it's time to go. So trying to force a country to keep you is not going to work. You might want to give that plan up. Seriously. You can't force an entire country to keep you just because you decide to gain a bunch of weight. You make plans in your head and you don't stop and think about the ins and outs of that plan, the structure of that plan. Is there a solid structure? Does it make sense? Half the time it doesn't. You just come up with a fantasy in your head and you go with it, like the fantasy that you have with Salah. Remember the fantasy that you had of Salah? Oh, I'm going to go to the Middle East and be with this really hot guy, and he's going to adore me, and I'm just going to lay on the couch, and he'll feed me a frozen grape, and everything's going to be good. Remember that fantasy? The reality doesn't quite match, does it? Right. So think about that. The reality and fantasy are different. You got to make their plans that kind of are based in reality more than fantasy. Instead of living in fantasy all the time, because Delulu land ain't where it's at.
I say, don't let it bother you. Don't let it bother you. Anyway, I'm going home. My life is a mess. But it's still my life. And I still call the shots on my life. I still get to do what I want. I get to say what I want. It's my channel. I get to do what I want. There you go. And I'm not done raging. But we have to be continued.
Yep. During this time period, you were in your element. You were in your Kia. This was your channel. You could do what you want. Say what you want, go where you like, eat what you like. Nobody told you what to do. You liked it like that. And then you went to Kuwait and you involved Salah. And you had another pair of eyes on you. Somebody right there giving their opinion, their judgment. And that's another thing that I was picking up with my card reading, Chantal. You're very unhappy about the fact that he's there. the recent outing that you did in the car, you were trying to mimic you going out in the car like you did in the past. You are yearning for Canada and the freedom of Canada, like doing your own thing in Canada. You're yearning for it. And you thought that if you did something in Kuwait like you'd done in Canada, that it could make your viewers happy, because a lot of them miss you being on the channel and doing your own thing. They really miss it. They always talk about it, but you kind of miss it too. You know, so it was a sense of trying to feel good by doing something that you used to do in your distant past. And you're hoping for the same rush, the same feeling that you got back in Canada. But see, the thing is, when you were in Canada, you going to get food, it was like a ritual. Like there was a whole entire ritual of you getting food. You know, you would get dressed, you're all excited, you get in your car, you drive to a fast food restaurant, you go through the drive-thru giggling, you order the food, then you sit in the parking lot and you eat it, and you have the live stream going. There's so many steps, but that was one of your rituals, and the ritual made you happy. But the moment you take a ritual like that and you change the environment and you add in different people, it changes the energy. And this outing that you did in the car with Salah, you didn't get out of it what you wanted. Like you didn't get the same kick. You didn't get the high from eating. You were very disappointed. Like it didn't hit the same, did it? And that's because the ritual had been changed. The environment was different. There was an extra +1 added that took away from some of the joy. So it's not going to hit the same if the ritual has been changed. But in this moment, you know, the ritual was original. And you were like, I'll do what I want. And this was totally you.
I have stuff to do here. There's always kids around here. And since when do people villainize me for making fun of Ethan? I never liked kids. Okay? I hope you burn and rot in hell for having sex with somebody. In the past. I don't mean now. Or whatever you guys think. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you guys think, like, this person gave me hell because they thought I was with, what's this? Like, you're telling me to burn in hell because of that?
Chantal, I just got an off-the-wall question. Would you mind if I asked you an off-the-wall question? It's just curiosity. So when you were living with Pete's, and you were making much better money, you were complaining that the rent in Ottawa, the villa in which you were staying, which was pretty nice until you guys trashed it, especially you, the rent there was like $1,900 a month, which is honestly not bad. That is not bad at all. But you were paying $1,900 a month in rent, right? Right. You were complaining, oh, this is too much money. But here you are now. You're paying for a place in Kuwait for yourself. You're paying for a place for Salah. You're sending Nader money, paying for his groceries and whatnot. Like, how much money is that? It's a lot of money. You were living cheaper, I feel, being in Canada than you are in Kuwait, because over in Kuwait, your Canadian dollar is worth, what, 22, 25 cents compared to one Kuwaiti dinar? So you're having to pay 4 to 5 times more being over there than you would if you were back in the Western world. So how is being over there cheaper? I know you like to talk about cheap food over there, but if you were back in the Western world, your expenses like that would go down. You know, if you did inventory and cut off all the dead wood that made no sense, you could afford things. But you keep insisting, oh, it's better being over here. Not really.
I thought you were going away for 2 days. Well, I ended up getting annoyed with the person and I ended up going home. You're going in the purse. Yes, you are. You're going in the purse. And Aunt Janet. I look like Aunt Janet. right.
Okay, this is the letter. She's holding up the letter. I didn't know she was going to do this, but I'm glad that she did. Y'all look at this. Look at this sad Xerox copy letter. Does that look fake or what? There's no official seal. If that was an official investigation letter, wouldn't there be an official seal? Y'all look.
Police.
Okay, so this is in French. But she cut out this part right here. People were pointing out the inconsistencies. And can I just say, one thing I'm clocking right here, right now with this letter, you guys look at the paper. If that were something official, wouldn't the paper be more legal? Like, meaning, wouldn't the paper be thicker because it would be an official document? That would be considered an official document. But no, like it's a cheap letter that was made on a computer and Xerox copied.
Basically says, Miss, by the present, we desire to inform you that your accusation made against individual blah blah blah, it has been by the following this decision, we are closing the case. I'm wearing my new pants. Why do you guys always get on my ass about?
Yeah, she allegedly pressed charges on Natter, and then she said, "Oh, I don't want to press charges." So how much wrong did Natter do her really?
What I wear? When I literally have more outfits.
Like, she even said, "I wish that I could keep the charges on him and still be able to have intimate relations with him." She wanted to have her cake and eat it too. She wanted to be able to hold something over his head to threaten him with, but at the same time have the power to go over there whenever she wanted. You know, how twisted is she?
It's from Torrid. Then what's her face who only wears Adidas men's shirts? I really love this for you. You like being blocked? I love that for you. What do you mean, Abra? It was a lie. No. Well, good for you, Miss Panda Face. Go watch her then and get the out of here. Did you have a nice getaway? I didn't. No. So the past 2 weeks, you said you couldn't talk about it. Yeah, I can't because I said so. I didn't want to. I know you all want me to snipe, but I'm really not up to look at somebody's friggin' face right now. Yes, legally, I'm not supposed to. So, technically, did I have a paper saying legally you will go to jail if you talk about Nader El-Shami? No. But the detective told me not to talk about it.
And you know what, though? If she were a real victim, a real one, if somebody really hurt her that way, she wouldn't want to talk about him. That'd be the last thing she wants to talk about. If she was doing a live chat and somebody said his name, her response should have been, "Look, that's triggering for me. I don't want to talk about it." But freely, she's able to bring him up and mention his name and notice no visceral reaction. She's not upset. She's not shaking. She's not uneasy. Like there's no emotional response with that.
And yes, I still didn't listen, but I listened when I felt like it and decided to. Okay? I'm terrified. Yeah. Yes, I'm terrified of her face. I'm so contradicting. What I love.
Everything.
I'm still waiting today. You just called me a liar for what? Not keep up with your accusations. Just simply to be entertaining. It said the case was refused by the prosecutor, so there's no case. I know people think that means I'm jumping back in his arms. That's not what it means. I did stay at that hotel a while ago once.
Yep, that's an admission. So she accused Natter, but she just said out of her own mouth, "Oh, but that was that one time I stayed at a motel." So Miss Victim, even though he hurt her, even though he's got the black-eyed rage and she was scared of him, talking about, "I need security cameras here at the villa and let's have a safe word, paper clips. I'm so scared of Natter." Where was all that fear when you were sneaking off all those times to go see him, first in Gatineau and then in Montreal? Where did the fear go? Did you leave it in a mason jar in your bedroom? You know, like away from you? Kind of feels like that.
The hotel you're talking about a long time ago, because I know which one you're talking about, but there's a 20-page list of lawyers on baby harm. What? I love how there's so many lawyers in here now. It can be dismissed but not refused. So the letter from the courthouse was what? Made by who? Fucking elf in the corner or what? No, it's not common sense. You don't make any sense. Not even common. Just no sense. You're on a cancel cultural trip. So, am I canceled already? Can you cancel me? And shut up and move on with your life now? Just because you don't like me doesn't mean everyone else doesn't.
And again, I know I've said this once, just keep in mind when you listen to her, this is not open chat. This is not a chat where anybody could come in. She's speaking exclusively to her paying VIBs. Every single name was green. She's speaking this way to people that have paid extra money. Her little snotty, hoity-toity, holier than thou, rude attitude was for the VIBs. Strictly for them. Okay, let's continue.
Have to. Okay? I'm relevant enough for you to pay me to be here when you hate me. How can you be in my chat and find me irrelevant? I don't get it. Why lie about what? Barbecue with the pondoos! What's embarrassing about it? What did I do? I don't have an attitude. I'm tired of that word. I'm blocking it in my fucking chat.
Yeah, but you do have an attitude, and it only happened after you spent time around Natter. After you partied with Natter, it's because of all the party favors the two of you guys did. Like you and your mood shifts and your mood swings. You would go and do the party favors with Natter, party with Natter, and then the next day you would crash, and then you would take out your anger on everybody else.
Get drunk. You lie about everything. See? There's nothing. I lie about everything, but nothing specifically, right? I love how these pages and pages, but you can't even name something.
Oh, I was very devious as far as the way she went about getting more time with Natter. You know, the person that she claimed hurt her. She would purposely go over to his house and take plenty of party favors, buy plenty of party favors, including alcohol, because she knew he liked to drink. And she would drink and get wasted with him for the purpose of getting so wasted that he didn't dare make her drive home. That was her way of getting more time with him, purposely making herself so wasted that he couldn't say, okay, Chantal, it's time to go home. She got herself so bombed out of her mind that she would have to spend the night. That was her way of getting extra time with him, was making sure to be so wasted that he could not put her in the car and make her go away. But he hurt her, right? He hurt her. But yet she was always looking for different ways to get extra time with him, whether it was getting wasted to where he couldn't send her home, whether it was doling out money in little bits so that he would have to keep seeing her, and lying about helping him get an apartment, knowing that she couldn't get an apartment for him because she had bad credit and a bankruptcy on her record. So it had been near impossible to get him an apartment, but she did lie about that just so he would spend more time around her. It was all about getting what she wanted out of him. So as far as who used who, they used each other for different purposes. It wasn't just a one-way street. She used him for different things. He used her for the money and different things. So the using was about equal. And because of bringing Natter onto her channel, she made thousands. So when you hear this woman say, oh, he used me so bad, Chantal, you made bank, including Natter, in with your content. You made absolute bank, and it hasn't been the same since, has it? You haven't made bank off Salah, have you? No, you've actually lost money, and you lost a lot of viewers. A lot of people got bored. During this time of chaos and destruction and complete, utter insanity, this is your time when it was a personal low, but it was a financial high. And as much as you like to hold on to the hope in your mind that lightning will strike twice, that if you came back to Canada and start things up with him again, that it's going to lead to abundance in money, abundance in views, abundance in subscribers, this time in your life is over. You know, it only happened once, and it's not going to happen again. Even if you came back to Canada and got things started, you're not going to see the same success. That time has passed. It's over. It's been over.
I don't have the balls. I have the fupa balls. You think I'm gonna believe her list? Somebody who profits over making up shit about my life? She can lie about her damn self to make her own money. Why can't she lie about herself to make money? Not interesting enough or what? I just don't like them. I hate people who are always negative, just always trying to take a shit on you, like, no matter what. There's a lot of people in here like that. I like how people think they're smart and they can put 2 and 2 together with, like, things that don't even actually make sense. But then whenever it comes to actual logic, like, I gotta clean my house. Worry about your own damn house. Talks to their audience like this. Like what? You're happy the case is dismissed. Honestly, a little bit. I just want everything to be fucking just done. I think I made a mistake going to the police station that day. I don't want to, like, start
think I
addressing
made a
everything.
mistake.
People who are like, oh,
Going to the police station that day. So if you're a victim, a real victim, and somebody has hurt you and you want justice, how would it be a mistake? If somebody has done you actual real harm, wanting justice is not a mistake. It's only a mistake when you're a liar and you told a great big lie out of revenge, and you're just using the legal system to get back at somebody, and you're worried about how it would affect that person wanting to see you later. That's what she's really worried about. She's worried about the consequences. She's worried about the aftermath. That if she goes too far and she crosses that red line, that Natter will say, I'm done with you. You've done too much. She wants contact with Natter. That's why back in the day, it was weird. They would go back and forth with each other, but I picked up that neither one of them would cross that red line. He could have gone after her legally. He never did. She could have gone after him legally. She never did. She could have outright taken his channel from him because she created it. She never did. He could have gone after her on YouTube. He never did. Why? These two people that allegedly hate each other, and Chantal claims he's done her so much wrong. Why didn't she take his channel away when she had the chance? Cancel him, outright cancel him. If you were an actual victim, wouldn't you want to cross that red line? Wouldn't you say to yourself, I am going to cross that red line because I have good reason. This person has done me harm and they deserve to be canceled. Wouldn't you say that? Wouldn't you feel that way? I mean, she talks all the time about being an Aries and how wrathful and vengeful she is. So Chantal, riddle me this, riddle me that. Here's this person, Natter. He's still on YouTube. He's publicly humiliated you more than once, showing off your dirty underwear, the things that he said about you. According to you, he's hurt you physically. According to you, he's used you financially. Yet you still communicate with him. Yet you still talk to him. Yet you still give him money and buy him groceries. You're giving him a lot of grace for someone that you swear has been abusive to you. And yet the reaction channels who have never physically hurt you, they've never done anything physically to you. They've never publicly humiliated you. They never used you for money and taken you for thousands of dollars. You go after them more viciously than someone who's actually been in your personal life who has done all of that. Isn't that something? Isn't that strange? Does it strike anybody else as strange that Chantal goes after the reactors harder than someone that she swears has done her more harm? Does that even make sense? I don't think it does.
well, you're lying. I just don't want to talk about it at all. I'm tired of it. I'm over it. Like, the whole thing was just a mess. Goodbye, 3-day-old panties. Being hostile to my audience for saying I lied about stuff, or just continually coming here to call me a liar? Yes, that's where my anger belongs today. You're deflecting, trying to say that my feelings are not valid for being like, what? She doesn't care about other victims at all. It was all a ruse. Neither do you. I know. I never claimed to come up here and be a fucking advocate for DV.
That's good, because you wouldn't be a good one. You are hurtful to those of us that have actually been through those things. You're making it as a joke, and it's not a joke. deviant essay. Those are things that you shouldn't be using to make money with on YouTube. You're mocking those who've actually been through it and might still be going through it in one way or another. They might be in a hurtful situation right now, or dealing with the aftermath of being in a hurtful situation or around a hurtful person. And I think it's horrible and disgusting, Chantal, the way that you've come on YouTube talking about something that never happened to you. Never. Not even close. And you getting on your channel and by talking about it and triggering people, looking for those people in your audience that have been through those experiences and opening up their internal scars, opening them all the way up, looking for the dollar bills that might come spilling out along with the blood, causing other people pain for your profit, hoping that their pain leads to a bigger paycheck at the end of the month. It's nasty. It's horrible.
No, I came on here and talked about my life or talked about stuff, vented my mind or whatever. Talked about my own personal life, my own personal story.
Yeah, it's a story. It's not an experience. It's a story. As anybody out there knows, when you read a story could be made up. Complete fakery. It's a story versus just telling a real life experience.
I don't owe anything to anybody. God. I don't owe anyone actions. Oh, well, you owe it to these people. No, I don't. No, I don't. Jesus. You're not allowed to make mistakes in your life. You have to be perfect and accountable for everything. But everyone else? No. I knew the shit show that was waiting for me. How many times do you get to go back before you sell me? That's up to every individual person. Don't you know that by now? I can cancel you too. Bye. I don't care anymore. Whatever. How do you know I'm not supporting anybody? I'm not talking about anything like that anymore. I'm done. I'm over it. It's gonna give me a fucking heart attack. If you're happy and good with life, it's no one's place to judge. Exactly. I'm not the one sitting here with my platform. Like, what is even the point? Oh, she's gonna go back with him and lie about it? Like, what is even your point? That's, I'm not going to compromise my mental health. Goodbye. In the reflection.
That knock sounded really official. Really official. That was a heavy duty. You better open the door and knock. I don't know who was at the door, but it sounded really urgent.
Where?
That sounded like a police knock to me.
What? Oh, you guys are still talking about that stupid fucking grill. Anyway.
Deflection. She got busted with the barbecue grill, and she's like, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about that. I was busted. I don't want to talk about that.
I don't know. People care way too much. I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay home and be miserable. What's being lied to? What's being lied to? I'm staying at the Four Seasons. You just wait. You want to make fun of me? I'm staying at the Four Seasons. We only made fun of you because you talk so much shit, girl. Like what? Oh, no. I don't know what you're talking about. God, I just want to fucking bees. I have a hairy armpit. What? I just want to say, I'm not saying Cornwall, right? So one time, I don't remember much about it, but I remember staying there a long time ago. So you stay at dive motels? I didn't say I stayed at a dive motel.
Yeah, about that. Here's my opinion about the dive motels. Chantal was making really insane money during this time. Yet, despite the fact that she was making insane, stupid amounts of money every month, Chantal has always had a fascination with anything dirty or taboo or sleazy. It's very attractive to her. In my opinion, I think she got a kick out of making the money that she was making at this time. And she wanted to roll around the gutter by staying in the sleaziest, nastiest, motels with Natter. It just, I don't know, maybe it was a fetish of hers, but she could have afforded to stay in nice hotels, but she chose to stay in the sleaziest, nastiest, rundown motel she could find with Natter. And why would you do that if you've got good money? Unless maybe you just, it's part of a fantasy you have, or a fetish or something of like, I'm a bad boy and she's a bad girl, and we're staying in a sleazy motel and we're going to do party favors and party all night like a couple of scumbags. It's like, was that a fantasy of hers? I don't know, but it's just, she just loved to go to those rundown motels, boy. Yes, she did.
But typically, no. But the thing is like in Cornwall, pretty much all of the hotels are dive hotels. Yeah. One of you're driving and see a random girl in the grass fields. You see a ball chantal, a string bean, and a six. I'll be right back. And all I can say is that I'm really focusing on myself. I'm single. I mean, if I really wanted to be with someone, I would be. Make it work somehow. Bye, guys. Good night. I fucking hate them. He's so fake. I hate fake liar people. I feel like I make myself look bad. Like, for what? For this loser? Why? Why don't you tell people why? Why don't you be honest? What do you think the truth is? You guys aren't stupid. Why do you think I'm mad right now? Let's see if you can know by now why I'm pissed off and why somebody never learns their lesson. It's stopping today. Like, it's stopping. It's been stopping, but it's like so done. I'm tired of the lies. Of his lies specifically.
So 2 days before, she said, I'm done with this dude. I am so done. Now here we are 48 hours later, and it's obvious she's still in contact. Obviously, she's still talking to him. See what I mean? About how she drove her audience crazy? Because 1 minute, literally 1 minute, she's hating on Natter. I'm done with the dude. He's a scumbag. I'm not talking to him anymore. And then 2 days later, she basically tells on herself that she is talking to him and she's mad at him. And then the VIBs are like, what are you doing? Why are you talking to him? You told us you weren't talking to him and you hated him. Why are you still in contact? And then once they start asking her these questions, she gets mad and defensive. Is like, why are you like giving me a bunch of stuff? I just want a bees. Yet she sets everything in motion. She throws out the breadcrumbs for people to follow her down that path. And then once they start following her, then she whips right around and says, why are you following me? I knew I threw out breadcrumbs. Why are you following them? Why are you following me? Like, even though I led you here, I just didn't want you to follow me. It drove everybody nuts.
That's all I'm going to say, I guess. I don't know. I'm a single freaking Pringle. I'm going to lose it because I don't even want him. Everything sucks about this. You know me. I would. Somebody doesn't want to say fuck all about anything.
So this person is abusive, but you're afraid of offending them. You're afraid of offending someone that you claim has done you harm. Very odd. If somebody has done you harm, why would you protect them? It's not a case that the two of you live together and you're afraid that by living together, because they're in the same space as you dwell, that you're worried about any kind of physical altercation. I wouldn't understand that because they're in your personal space. Well, he's not in your personal space, so essentially you have nothing to lose. But you're over there worried about, what's he going to think? What's he going to do? Is he going to be mad at me? Again, it points to he didn't do even half the things that she claims.
Instead, thinks it's a better idea to look like a liar, douchebag. I piss him off, and this is what he does to piss me off. He takes another person out to the park. If you knew the games, you would know why
He
I'm so mad.
was so mad and jealous. So Natter took Dee Dee to, I guess, a park or fair or something, and they rode some rides. And she went on his channel and saw that. And that's what she's mad about. The fact that while she was seeing Natter, her and Natter didn't go out because Natter wasn't into Chantal except for her money. And that's another red flag, that if you're around someone and the feeling is they are pretty much hiding you, they're not introducing you to family or friends or taking you out, you're just like the side chick that's supposed to stay in the shadows. And that's what she was. She was the shadow chick that I'll see you and I might do things with you and we're going to party, but it's going to be in the dark. She didn't want to be in the dark. She wanted to be out in broad daylight with this guy. And she thought because she spent all kinds of money on Natter that she bought her way into his heart and into his life to where he would just show her off. And here he is with Dee Dee showing her off. And Dee Dee didn't pay thousands of dollars to be with Natter. So yeah, she's mad about that. But imagine obsessing over allegedly an abusive person and being jealous and mad because they're with somebody else and they're doing things with that person. Imagine.
I'm not ever taking for somebody like this ever again in my life. Basically, what the situation is
I'm not taking crap from anybody like this ever again in my life. And where are we now? You are in Kuwait and you are miserable because you invited yet another scumbag, unemployed loser into your life for you to support. You made that choice. You did. Here we are. I'm not putting up with anybody like that ever again. And then you bring somebody very similar like that with pretty much the same circumstances into your life.
He doesn't want to be seen with me because of all the shit talking I did about him. He wants me to apologize. Fuck that. I don't get any apologies. I can't be with him, like, no matter what. Like, he's very private person. I'm not. I'm open. And me, I'd rather look stupid than be untruthful in a lot of ways. He's with another woman. Even the new guy I'm talking to said that. No, he didn't have sex with her. He never touched her. But, like, was going to if I didn't have a problem. Like, he's such a liar. I don't lie for him. I just don't talk about it. Are you kidding? I lie for him?
She just passed gas. I'm telling you, this woman's feral.
That's why we hate each other. I'm not taking shit for you after you do nothing for me. What do? You take another person out and for gelato? I guess I'm talking about you and I hope I make money off you. How can I make more money off him?
You know what, Chantal? You never got it. Did you? You never figured it out. You're a control freak that you never figured out how to control someone like Natter. You never figured out the formula, did you? I don't think he could ever be controlled. But you would have had a greater chance at control if you would have been the opposite of what you were and what you are now. If you had been a real boss, like a boss lady, get your act together, get your finances together, get your health together, get in better shape, taking care of yourself, strong, you're on the ball, presented yourself as quite the catch, he would have been blowing up your phone, not you blowing up his phone. If you want a man to chase you, you got to be worth chasing. There's got to be good aspects to you that is of high value, that a man recognizes as high value, and it makes him want to chase you. Make him want to pick up that phone and call you. Make him want to get in a car and drive to your house and say hello. But you were just the opposite. You were weak. You've always been weak. And you present yourself as weak. And you gave up all your power to him. And he knew that he had it. Especially when you did a live stream and you said out loud, I am addicted to this man. The moment those words exited your lips, you gave up 100% of your power. and he knew that he had you. He knew he could do whatever he wanted to you or say whatever he wanted, and you weren't going anywhere. But if you wanted control of him, to get it, all you had to do was control yourself and improve yourself, and you never did that. You used a backwards formula, and because you did, you never got the result you wanted.
Anyways, I went there yesterday. No, what happens when Sheen isn't staying in the Sheen? Fuck you all. He probably would want us all to be together, probably. Oh my God. I don't even know what to say anymore. He doesn't want to go live, like, with us together. He'll look stupid. What? Do you don't think I look stupid? Do you know how many fucking people have lost Badge's Silver Proof in my burst? So we got in a fight again. And now he's at the park with Dee Dee, thinking that's going to make it better. I need to go meet up with this other guy and forget about him. You have Dee Dee now, so good luck. See ya. I maybe would believe that you loved me if you were honest and, like, said I've been screwing her this whole time. Maybe I would have respect for you and you would have a chance at talking to me at all. But no. Anyways, Dee Dee, sloppy seconds. Have fun. I literally have a man with, like, a job house, like, telling me to spend time with me. If you want.
Chantal, you've always done that. You've always claimed that there are several men chasing you. So if that's true, if you've got men just waiting in the wings to sweep you off your feet, these men that had jobs and money and houses, why weren't you running after them? You don't want them. I'm sure there's plenty of men in Canada. Why go after a man in Kuwait? You don't want a successful man. Let's be real. You don't want a successful man. You don't want a man with a job. You don't want a man who makes his own money and has his own mind, because a man like that, you can't control. A man like that will not be codependent on you. A man like that has a choice to either be around you or not. And because there's no positive aspects to you, they will probably choose to turn you down. The only way you've been able to have a man in your life is to trap them with you, making them codependent on your money. So even if you had Mr. Wonderful standing next to you right now, he's got a nice bank account, he's got a car, he's got a home, you would turn him down because you can't control him. You would not be able to pull the mind games on him like you do Salah. You're a weak person looking for somebody who also has a weakness to exploit.
Privacy matter? Don't mess with me ever. Don't talk to me. Don't anything. You should have just come live with me last night and been honest. Instead, now you have 96 viewers. Dee Dee. I hate people. He's so make way more money on live with you. He's too worried about how he looks. It's better to look stupid than to look like a stupid liar. I'll always say that. I'm never talking about him on my channel again. You call me out for that every time. Don't you know the definition of insanity? Learn your lessons. Hey,
She's talking about the definition of insanity, yet she fits it, doing the same thing over and over again and wanting different results, but yet she keeps going in that crazy eight, over and over again.
Trash Dora, because I will friggin' block your ass. Goodbye, trash. Clearly have some kind of humiliation kink. Suck my balls. Nights in and busted ass barbecues. Yeah, I was at the Nights in. Fuck you. You make me sick. You make me sick. I'm really mad. And this is fucking karma for something. I don't know what. You're my karma. How do you feel about that? I'm so tired and broken. And it was so awful.
You know, the only time she was ever honest about confessing to being with him was when she was mad at him. If she wasn't mad at him, she would keep her mouth shut. Oh, I wasn't seeing him. I wasn't over there. But yet to get back at him, she would get online and say things like this. Oh, yeah, I was at the Nights in with him. Then she'd let the truth out.
The hotel. And I went home early for that reason. I was supposed to be there 2 days. I'm just going to go poo-poo. I'll be right back. I think he's a filthy, lying, smug bastard that deserves exactly what he puts out there. And for some reason, I fucking loved him. I don't know if I still do or not. I don't care. I can promise you on everything dear to me in my life, I have hate in my heart for this man. And he knows that. He knows. After about a day of having fun with them, like, I'm just like, I need to come home. That's why, like, I came home early from the hotel too. I need to come home. Honestly, I'm never staying in another hotel, like, with him, especially having to hide everything. And we didn't even, like, we were legally allowed to be together. So I wanted somewhere that was in the middle of nowhere, like a no-tell motel. Honestly, and I don't feel like fucking spending, like, hundreds of dollars anymore. Like, maybe at one point when I was, like, super, like, into it, Nights in is the worst. I have a picture. You guys, I have story times from that place. You want to hear? I need to tell you this story time later. No, I'm not going to talk about you, Natter. Don't worry. I don't think he mentally can handle being outed like this on the internet. I came online and was like, I think he's aggressive. I think he's a cokehead. I never thought it would be serious. I never thought you would see his name on my phone.
So she started, basically what she's saying is she came online and she started seeing him and talking about him and using him for content and say, oh, I never thought it would be serious. So because it's not going to be serious, I'm just going to use him for story times. And then things did get serious. She did get wrapped around him. But the stories she told us about Natter were horrible. They weren't of a sensual nature. It was all horrible stuff. And then when things got serious, and then she decided to bring him to YouTube, then she had to do some backtracking and damage control. And it's all because of her big mouth.
I never thought I would be that good at doing art sketches. I mean, hire me. The fucking FBI need to hire me. I need a job. I'm staying at the Night's Inn. Give me a break. He's aggressive and constantly tweaking. No, he doesn't. I don't. Not tweak. He is very high energy. Yeah, I give him edibles. Like to. He's like, you like me, gum.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, Chantal. So, when Chantal met Natter, he wasn't into edibles. He'd never taken edibles before. That was her thing. That's what she did. She liked to do the edibles on top of smoking the, the rolled up green. But do you guys want to hear an interesting story about her being an alleged victim? So she kept trying to push Natter to do the edibles. And he asked her one night while she was live streaming over there, why are you so insistent about me doing edibles? And she told him, because I want to take advantage of you. So she's supposed to be a victim. At the same time, she's acting like a predator, a big, creepy predator. Going over to his house with various party favors, with liquor, hoping that all of those party favors leads to some kind of sexy time, or if he gets too wasted, that she could take advantage of him. I'm sorry, that's not the mental state of a victim. That is the state of a predator. That's predator thinking right there. And it's gross. Absolutely gross. Wanting to get somebody wasted so that they are not coherent, and then she could take advantage of him.
I'm dumb. I'm like, yes, I do. You have to drug them to be. The dynamic is, if we want to be together, we have to be at her house. She doesn't seem like she minds, really, but she does. Oh, my God. It's so messed up. We're not sister wives or anything like this. Anyway, I don't even think he really cared that people knew about the hotel because, like, I wanted to go somewhere in between Montreal and Ottawa because it's a fucking long drive. And we were laughing. We were making fun of it. Even he was like, this is... Anyway, and I know you think I pay for everything, but we were like $30 each. Because I have boundaries now. I'm not paying all shit for every man, I swear. Look, I wanted to find a middle ground because it's weird. I'm going to try to talk without really outing everybody. How about let's try this? He's a very private person. I understand that. So don't hate on him for that. But you need to take ownership in the shit you do too. You don't take ownership for anything. So anyways, we get this fucking hotel. I wanted it to be somewhere in between because he probably wouldn't have a problem doing whatever at Dee Dee's, but I do. Okay? Debbie hates you. I'm sure. I think they are friends with benefits. I think they do. Definitely. I'm not stupid. And I'm not okay with that.
Talk about humiliating. Chantal claiming to be a boss lady, but he was living with another woman, and she would, in Ottawa, take the drive to Montreal, go to Dee Dee's house, pick up Natter, knowing that Natter is having relations with Dee Dee. She's essentially sharing Natter with Dee Dee, and Natter is getting the best of both worlds. One female has the house that he's staying in. He gets to stay there for free. The other female, the pay pig, is paying for everything. Like he's got all that he needs between the both of them stupid idiots. But Chantal was so desperate for Natter that she was willing to share Natter with Dee Dee. And it was okay. Like she was just desperate for any time with Natter. But she didn't like the idea of sharing Natter with Dee Dee So you want to take him away and go spend time at motels and hotels so that all the attention was on her.
That. I'm not okay with that. Get a toxic man that will at least claim you. He's gonna come online and say I'm lying about everything much. I don't like the chaos. Maybe a part of me did, like the drama, like thinking it's like passion. I literally told him yesterday I don't want to talk to him anymore. And now he's at the thing with Foodie. This is student shit. He's told me he's loved me, like recently, and I have proof of that. So just go on live and admit that you love me. I didn't lie about anything about what I said, where he'd be, but it's complicated, so I'm not getting into it. I want to sit on a cake. I need to be productive and make myself some money. I was a boss bitch for 5 minutes. Here's $5. Please use it to get a clue. Gonna take your mama out.
Yep, and she dressed just like that during Crackhead Olympics, y'all. Like, she let it all hang out, literally.
Oh, not every show what it's all about. Anyways, this hotel is fucking disgusting. I'm checking the bed. It was gross. Like, there was like a booger on the headboard. And I took a picture. I'm going to show you guys someday.
Ew! Wait a minute. You went to go stay somewhere and you walk in, there's a booger on the headboard, and it's not the good booger. Not like the booger behind me. That's a good booger. That's a good girl. No, the bad booger, like the kind that comes up from underneath your nose. So you walk in and you see a booger on the headboard, the bad kind, and you didn't walk out and say, give me another room because that's just gross?
I didn't see bed bugs, but I checked. I want to do a series. Do you want me to revisit the nights? No, they probably wouldn't let me stay there. And they're like 1 star, and like Cornwall doesn't have any good hotels. And it's like right in between.
You know, I remember back in the day when Chantal was staying at these sleazy motels and people were finding out where they were. Even went so far as to check out the reviews for these hotels, and the reviews were bad. I remember going on to one of the hotel reviews, checking out the different reviews, and I'll never forget that there was one review from somebody saying they walked in the room and it was so disgusting that one moment. Okay, let's continue.
In Montreal and Ottawa, so I thought that would be perfect. Nobody will know where I am. This is a lot. I'm a piece of shit, and I won't do it again because I love you. That's all you have to do. So instead of calling Dee Dee over, he should be kissing my ass. She deliberately went after your man, and you let her over. Ugh, I hate these people. You should have seen the message I left him last night. Good. I hope you're enjoying this little truth telling then. I just want of me and not want.
Chantal, you've had 2 somewhat okay guys in your life. Pete loved you. He didn't hurt you. What did you do to Pete? You lied to him. You cheated on him. You took a bunch of money from him. You left him in debt. That's how you repaid love and kindness. And then after Pete was BB. BB was a good, hardworking man, decent man, went to work every day. He never hurt you. How did you repay BB? By cheating on him. You know, just someone like yourself, as rotten as you are, you don't deserve a good person because you're not a good person and you don't appreciate good people. You see someone that's good and you see them as being weak, someone that you can use, and you do use them, and you leave their life in ruins. So do I think it's appropriate that you are with some person right now that they're just as scummy as you? Yeah, I think it's very appropriate. You know, you get what you deserve.
To make me uncomfortable doing shit I don't want to do. That's it. A man to my fucking self. That's it. The hotel was about making peace with friends. It was supposed to be about friends so that we're not technically lying. Well, get out of here.
You don't have to go to a hotel or a motel to be friends. I mean, if you just want to be friends with Nader, you guys could have gone on a coffee date or a movie date. You don't have to go to a hotel or a motel and spend all night together. That whispers more than just friends.
It's just messed up. I'm tired of them both. I hate them. We met at the hotel. We worked everything out. But I'm mad because I feel like he's being manipulative with his video today with Dee Dee again. It just pisses me off. No, I slept with Fupa guy before Nader and then Cuba guy. And in between that, nobody. So there you go. Not lies. Other than that, I was fucking loyal to him because I'm an idiot. He went to Cuba before the 1-year mark. So yes, it was a lie, Chantal. The fupa guy. Oh my god! Okay, then technically you're right. You win medal of the year. Somebody give her a fucking prize. You caught me in a technical lie. Confetti! Everyone get confetti! Honestly, love that for you. I love that for you. I hate you! Ah! Honestly, they make me nuts and they wonder why I'm nuts. I'm not cheating on another man ever again. Too old for that shit. I'm not the same person I was when I was with Phoebe. I would not. Let's do makeup.
So you cheated on Pete, and I'm sure you said that. And then you cheated on BB, and you said that.
Oh, I have a story time about this fucking hotel later. Okay, there's 2 beds in the room. Room was okay, run down, whatever. As long as it's clean, I don't care. And honestly, the reviews online were like 4.1. So it wasn't bad.
Oh, what was I saying? Like, before, I forget. I lost my train of thought from before because my friend told me I need to put the clothes in the dryer. But one of the reviews, I forgot that I was talking about that. One of the reviews for one of the motels that Chantal was staying at, I will never forget the review. The review was just insane. There was a gentleman who did a review of his stay at the hotel. He said he was a traveler, that he booked a room, and it was so disgusting, so incredibly disgusting. It had bed bugs in it, or he was afraid of bed bugs. He took out he didn't sleep on the beds. He slept on the floor in this Kevlar blanket type thing. And then in the morning, he just left it behind. He didn't want to take anything with him, but he did not sleep on the bed because it was just that bad.
I didn't put the comforter on me. I'm like, it looks dirty. So I just kind of like fell asleep somehow, like in the corner. And when I was getting ready in the day, I happened to like move the comforter back. And there was like I have a picture of it, stain like this of fucking puke. It was gross. It was chunky. It was nasty.
Ew.
I'm not going to kiss and tell. I'm not going to say what happened at the hotel, but mostly we wanted to talk about the papers and shit. I was nice. I'm like, I'm not going to say anything, and I'm not going to say anything to the management, but we're going to leave. I'm going home. I need to go home. Ugh, nasty shit.
What is that? Ooh, what? Ew. What is that?
Look at that grow. Like, what the is that shit?
That's ew. And you stayed there.
Anyway, I don't think we wanted to spend much money on each other, so $30 each was good enough for me. It probably shit, but there's like an oily array. Yeah, probably don't fuck that much. This person's gonna blame it on us. Sure enough, because I had to pay a deposit, so when I go check out, they give you your deposit back. When you go to a good hotel, they never question your deposit. When you go to a shitty hotel, they're gonna go inspect the room. This guy didn't speak any English, so he had to call his son. So I'm arguing through the son, like through the. Oh my god, never again. So, anyways, this guy goes to inspect the room, comes back with the puke blankets in his arms, and looks at me and goes, ugh. So I went, ugh, yeah, that was like that. And I'm like, I was being nice, not complaining about it. And here you are, you're blaming it on me. I'm like, of course. I'm like, keep the deposit. Like, I ended up being like, oh god, the guy who was speaking. Person at your front desk is not like, even if it asked to get it laundered and cleaned, that's what you do. The grill knob. Look, I even think he thought it was stupid. I don't think we were trying to deceive you guys because legally everything is okay, right? So it's like, it's just that we want to be private. Like, we should have been like a bit careful about how we go about things, or strategic. But I thought the barbecue would be a good idea because whenever I was laughing, you guys heard me laughing because whenever he went, I said, "You're so stupid." The fucking website for the hotel had the same barbecue. When I saw that, I almost pissed myself because I was like, "Oh no, how am I going to tell him the website has the barbecue on it?" The barbecue is the main attraction. Farms had that address in like 5 minutes. Highway Crack Hotel. Whoa, weekly rates.
Like, you can see, like, this is why people turned in. Like, she was having more fun living this way than she ever did in Kuwait. Like, there's been more laughter from her in this short video than there has been for the entire time that she's been with Salah.
And the Budweiser and the Highway barbecue. girl, you were so busted. I wasn't trying to hide. I didn't care. A crackhead vacation. Barbecue with the pondoos. The car zipping by. The barbecue food was good, yeah. The chicken was really good. Why did he use a plastic fork? Because we didn't have cutlery. Actually, I had this knife in my car, but he's not allowed to be seen with it, so. Jesus fucking Christ! When did my life become a Jeremy Kyle episode? Business in the front, party in the back. Anyways, here's the proof, too. Look familiar? Huh?
Yeah, she did that. She kept all kinds of interesting things in her room. She kept food. She kept condiments, spoons. I mean, her bedroom was like a partial kitchen.
Busted by the knob. I love it the most. Fuck yeah! I'm a hated YouTuber.
So that's it for the react, guys. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Don't forget, I'm going to leave a link for the original video down below in the description. So please check out Hot Wasabi and all their wonderful content. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this retro react. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Until then, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye.